Hey guys, welcome to another video. This weekend is going to be really exciting. We're at the NEC Practical Classics show in Birmingham. Just called in on my way to work to drop a lot of the stuff off, and we'll be back later today to set up. You'll see the transformation of this hall over the day with an amazing display of cars, and I'm going to give a video, quick walk round of the show and a preview later on, and we'll be doing some videos over the weekend of what we're actually doing while we're here. So enjoy. And just like that, all the cars here magically appeared after lots of work from the guys over the day. I'm going to take you a quick run round so you can see what's here for the weekend. So coming into Hall 5, this is where a lot of the car clubs are. A few trade stands just inside. Let's go and have a look what we can find. The old Mini Midases. Great little mini kit cars. A Talbot Rancho. I remember thinking at the time when my mum had Talbots how cool this was, and probably the predecessor to a lot of the modern SUVs, but as a young lad it was really, really cool. Obviously, being the rest of the show, there's lots of cars either mid-restoration or fully restored. So the Audi Owners Club here, the Quattro Owners Club, with some lovely examples and some rotters as well. Look at that lovely little 2CV. They're really easy to lower, these cars. I had them as my first car, and basically they're two rods that go into a spring box in the middle. Just lengthen the rods and they drop down. And our stand all up and ready. Stand up cars on there to give them a little bit of a quick polish tomorrow. Dave's taking the sills off the other side, and we will be doing some videos the weekend as to what we're doing on the cars. Ben's car's there already, and we're going to be doing some work on that, so we'll do some separate videos on there. So if people don't want to watch those and don't want the technical stuff, here's the Capri 280 stand. Again, some lovely shiny cars on that one. A little bit of a trade stand for their merch. Some of the minis. It's a really nice little Cooper. And of course at the show we have the Sporting Bears, so people who want to go out in their dream rides can take one of those cars out for a small donation to charity and enjoy those. Getting to a bit of Americana here. Not really my thing, but the guys really do look after these, and they're some great looking cars. Look at this, look at the wheels on it. Absolutely super. A few hot rods. Ooh, look at that, JPS GT40. Nice, and that's from the Coleshill Auto Breakfast meet. Norfolk and Norwich Rover Owners Group, with some new and old stuff on there. Moving through some minis. Some minis? Rover 200s. Minis just beyond. I think getting ahead of myself. Can't beat a good old police car. Obviously in the corner of the hall here, this is where all the guest speakers will be giving their talks to everyone. What have we got here? Staff cars. So this is, this is Danny's car, Renault Aventine. I still think they're a great car, look, no pillars. Absolutely cracking and pretty cheap at the moment. One of my cars, good old Freelander. TVR. Work already starting on the Jarrett stand, usually put on a good show. And I think, as usual, they've got their welding booth here. They helped us out the other year, which was really great of them. Still find it amazing the different cars that people treat as classics. So, Morris Itals and things like that, Allegros, Marinas. Again, not something that I'd have, but still people cherish these cars and spend a lot of time on them. One of the Land Rover Discovery Preservation groups. Well, these are all a surprise. You'll have to wait till tomorrow to see what these are. Jaguar XJS Club. Lovely examples there. Some Porsches actually followed a couple of these on the way down the motorway. Oh, that's nice. And the Sprite and Midget Club. We had a frog eye when I was younger and had some great memories going around the country lanes, including one where Dad put it in a ditch. But it was quite fun to be out in. We used to think we were proper Dukes of Hazzard because having no hood on the back of it, what we used to do is just literally run and slide up the back and drop into the seats. So we felt proper like TV police cops. Scimitar Group, I think was linked to Reliant back in the day. Morgan's, and you can't beat a good old tractor. Obviously lots to buy from the trade stands, lots of examples of products and refinishing and things like that here as well. So something for everyone really. We actually find it really useful working at this show because if you haven't got something, you can usually come and find it up in the trade stands or the Auto Jumble. We've bought many a tool here. I'd love one of these in my garage. Unfortunately not just the space for it at the moment. You can see obviously through build-up everyone's got the high vises on. There are lots of cars moving around, so you have to take extra care. But the organisers do a great job of keeping everyone in check, so it's a nice safe place. So coming through into Hall 4. So I think in this hall we'll have a quick run around, some more club stands. This is where the restoration workshop is, giving some examples of panel making and things like that. And here's the Wolseley Hornet special stand. Look at the size of these cars, absolutely teeny. But a great Aston Swallow there, from former SS, Swift and Swallow, or Jaguar as it later became. The Riley Club. And then of course in Hall 4 you've got the Classic Trader Village. Great place for a mix of just general tools, supplies and things like that. But also some vintage spares, some memorabilia, things like that. So some great things. It's great to have a mooch through here. There's usually not much you can't find here, including a guy who sells some amazing drills that will drill through anything. Just saved us at many a show. So obviously these guys cover these up at night for safety so that nothing vanishes, but we will be open for public entry tomorrow. Oh, look at that, look. So look at that in the Footman James barn finds. A good old S-Reg, what that be, a 1999, 98 Puma. Certainly been stuck out in a field somewhere by the looks of it. And knowing what these are like, having done the racing Pumas, a lot of work. Interestingly, the rear arches actually don't look too bad on this one, just starting to bubble through on the rear quarter. But I've seen a lot worse. So actually, yeah, looking in the general arches and things, probably not too bad this one, but I think good clean needed first. There's the Crosley's DB4. Nice little A30. So these are the challenges that people take on. I know the Crosley DB4 was in excess of £100,000, so a rather expensive starting point for that one. And then through to Hall 3 now. So in Hall 3, a lot of the traders here selling cars. You've got £75,000 to spare, nice little Merc there. But sometimes there's some absolute gems in here. And really, quite often they'll pick the really low mileage cars, really, really clean cars. So come along with your checkbook if you fancy something. Oh, that's nice. I'm sure there's an Aston similar to that in the Classic Car Show in November. £100,000, so quite pricey that one. Nice little XK. I do love it when you have the old leather bonnet straps on them. A 150, yeah. 150 for £40,000, so I would say not bad money for that car. pretty tidy, pretty clean as well. And sort of moving through, this is the iconic auction lots. You need to buy a catalogue to go in and see these, but we probably will do tomorrow and do some further content on these. Bring Ben along for fun. I don't think there's anything that I'll be bidding on this year in here. Very similar to my 16 valve Clio, one of the Williamses. Estimate 20 to 25 on that one. Not an immaculate car, but looks reasonably tidy. Mini Cooper S GP1, I think. Yes, GP1. So that's 12 to 15 grand. A lot of car for that. Moving along. What else have we got in here? VW Carman gear, Escort RS Turbo, V12 E-Type over there. There's quite an interesting E-Type here actually that I want to go and have a look at tomorrow. And that was actually the 4.2 Geneva press car. Certainly was on the listings, I haven't managed to spot it yet. But that subsequently was raced a lot and is still in its race format, so got a lot of history and heritage, that car. Oh, you can't beat a Sports Pack Mini. I think every garage should have one. Unfortunately ours hasn't. Estimate 8 to 10 on that one. I thought that'd be reasonable. On this crazy Mini, I don't know if anyone's seen this in the listings, but it's a rear engine V8 Mini pickup. Quite a special bit of kit, but they think that will go for quite some money. I'll have to wait and see. No, I haven't managed to spot the white E-Type, but hopefully we can get in here tomorrow and have a look for that. Ooh, look at that. Nice. T5R. So this is one of the few club stands in this hall. So this is the Volvo club stand. A few T5Rs. Wee beasties in the day. And then someone who really loves their truck. Look at the finish on that, even the coupling's powder coated. And certainly no shortages of Land Rovers if you fancy. I think there's some Series 1s right through to, I don't know if that's a 90 or a 110 at the end. So good select. Quite a pretty little MG for sale. Let's see what that is, 30,000, so I'd say that was top end on that car, but it does look very, very clean. Go and have a look at some of these Cobras. Obviously, this one, so this one is 50 grand, that one's 33 grand. I'm guessing all of those are reps. Well, that's a pretty little Porsche. 911 Targa, 100,000 again. So top end on that. I know a lot of people have been saying that actually the over 50 grand classics are really struggling to sell at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see how many of these move after this show. Oh, here's another one that I followed down on the trailer actually. So this is the Hornet Special Club. Guy obviously hill climbs this one or sprints it because there's a timing mark on the front of the car. I thought actually coming down the motorway it was partly covered up, but a lovely looking car. Got those manifolds on there. I think good old cherry bombers in exhaust. So I think what's nice with all these cars is they clearly get used. Looking at that one, it might have done some trials at some point. Plenty of mud up the side of it. But good old proper engineering that stands the test of time. Andre Hartford shocks on the front of it with the timber discs. There's friction discs between it. I presume that's the 6-cylinder looking at that. And an XJR13. For me, one of the prettiest cars ever. I think it actually trumps an E-Type in my opinion. Never actually raced at Le Mans. Norman Jewis was a test driver on this car. Absolutely beautiful. And actually, you look at the finish on this, you really can't fault it. Absolutely gorgeous Riley Elf. I think I'd have had a Wolsey if I was choosing, but nevertheless, beautiful. Interesting little K car by the looks of it. What's this one? Pretty little thing. I genuinely don't know what that is, but quite lovely. That's a rather nice, I think, one of the old Cosworth Mercedes 190Es. Beautiful. This is the Lancaster Pride of Ownership in the middle of the stand, so interesting to see what cars are on here. Always get a real mix. It's interesting to see how the judging works based on popularity of the car, not necessarily how well it's done, and the clubs that they're linked to. So Mercedes Pagoda, really nice XR3i. Oh look, good old trusty Puma. Let's go and see whose this is. So Thunder, Jason Craze. Looks pretty clean. Of course, the Thunder was a special edition, had different wheels, had the perforated leather seats in it, but unfortunately were made from the later Russian steel, so many of them have not fared particularly well. This example actually is pretty clean, being a 2001 car. They were limited in number to 2,000, so 4 times as many of those as the racing Pumas, but still pretty rare now. Oh, this is nice. A beautiful colour. So Vauxhall Nova Saloon. Don't see many of those about. I think, at the time, all my mums all had hatchbacks. All my mums? All my friends' mums had hatchbacks. But yeah, little saloon, 3-door. Obviously, no room in the back in this one because it's now got a roll cage in, but super little car. Here you go, back to Hall 5. And hopefully the calm before the storm when it all kicks off tomorrow and the public get in here. Hopefully a really successful show for all the clubs. Wishing them all the best, and I'm sure we'll catch up with a lot of them over the weekend. See you for now.